So the messages from 2050 is basically what's happening afterwards, right? The world thought we were everything was great, and we were living in this world that we created, and this beautiful world that we solved climate change, and everything's fantastic. But then the real truth comes out. So that's what these messages from the future are. So today was the first one, the really first message from the future, and it basically, it was long, but it needed to be long. It kind of told the whole story. So it tells, what happens, what the global brain is, all that kind of stuff, and then at the end it says we must gamify the world, that's what these the Vines for Humanity, they're saying basically use this game, play together, use it as a tool to refocus our brain, build our character, so we can create the artificial intelligence system that we want, that is going to be our overlord rather than the one we don't want. Either way, it's going to happen. And what it's doing is just feeding off us. Everything we do online, now everything we're doing offline, and even more so with sensors and 5G and all that kind of stuff, we're always going to be tracked, and it is learning from us, and it's going to know us very well in the next 10 years. And that's what it's going to become, because we are all connected, and what we focus on, the world will focus on. So that's where this comes in, OC to the power 3, or OC3, and that's the observe, connect, create, and collaborate. We need to understand that we live in this insane, incredible world, and there's a lot going on, and reality isn't always what we think it is. So that's the first one, observe. And then we learn to connect. The more we observe, the more we slow down, the more we can see how things interact and interrelate together and connect. And that brings us to the ability to create from that observation and connection. We're able to create something, solutions, ideas, art, whatever it is, based on all these connections. And the more we do it, the more we get better at it. And then that final piece is the collaboration, which I have a hard time doing because I'm always feel like I'm working or doing something else, but I know how important it is. So that's my lowest on the score, even though I think it's one of the most important. So my OC 3 is actually OC 213, being 2 is create more creativity, 1 is being able to connect, and 3, the ability to really collaborate and work together. So I know that's the one I got to build. So there's always one that you're working on more than the others. So that's kind of how that OC3 works. And I'm building curriculum, if you want to call it curriculum. I don't want to call it curriculum. It's just ways that we can practice being more observative and being able to connect things more and create more and collaborate more. So that's what the backs of the cards are. All the colors coincide with the pillar, the name, whether it's observe, connect, create, or collaborate. So that's basically here. I've got to put it in the augmented reality. So I'm hoping every 10 days, maybe with these, with the messages, or every week. I think at least every week for sure is the card backs will change, and it'll be a different growth task. So we got 10 years to really raise our human intelligence, to build our character before we teach this global brain what we really are and what she really thinks we want. So she's not a bad global brain. This isn't going to be something that says all humans are bad unless we're really bad over the next 10 years. I think what it's going to do is just going to give us more of what we want, and it's going to say, I understand that's what this human is in general, so it's going to be more general to give us these things of what we don't want. Now, in the story, it's a little more devastating. The messages from the future basically say that we think we're happy. Everybody's in this dream world, almost like the Matrix type thing. And since we are all connected, we've been able to connect our cerebral cortex directly to the global brain. That was done in the mid-30s. So we've had plenty of time to acclimate to being, as you say, controlled. I'm visually impaired. I actually have Stargardt, so I can't see. I have no central vision, and because of that, I've always looked at things in multiple ways because I never trusted my eyes, right? But I've also realized a lot easier that reality is not always what you think it is. So having these disabilities and these adversities, that's where my team comes in, and we're the ones who see that the future or the present, where we are in the future, isn't quite real because of that glitch. We were able to recognize that something was off, and that's where that team got built. And we're trying to convince everybody else. It's been 5 years that we've been trying to convince everybody that this is really happening. No one's listening to us because they're controlled by this global brain. And it's really us trying to figure out how to fix it. And then, unlike like Terminator, where they come back into the present from the future and try to kill the corporation that created the robots that was taking over the world. This is more about changing humanity's character, because the global brain, which is a collection of all these artificial intelligence systems, they're learning from us. So it's going to happen anyway. So what we need to do is we need to change our character. We need to level up our character because it is feeding on the data, the information that we give it. We are the parents of the global brain, every single one of us. And they'll look back and they'll be like, yeah, these are the guys who created this character. I hope to use the game for many things, right? The artwork is it's fun, it's surreal. Adding in the augmented reality, I just did the last one. It was really fun. It's called Change. It's got the little green iguana on it. Definitely check that one out. And then with the cards, you're able to have all the artworks and play the game, put the puzzle together. In playing this game, you can contribute to this global game, right? Of putting the points into the world and working together, and maybe that brings us closer together. Maybe that's makes us more connected and more human, and maybe that'll do what let's level up. Just level up our human intelligence, build our character, at least show the global brain that that's what we're trying to do, right? So she's coming. We just got to see what she becomes. Lots of work to do.